Welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage. Today we're going to be having a look at FLOKI INU. Let's get into the price action and see what's going on. First thing that I want to say here is that obviously we do not have a lot of price history here for this coin. Now we have come up into this move and then we've actually come down lower than the origin of the information that we have. Now what we could be doing here is actually starting to move away in a bigger way, and this could actually be a corrective move completed and then we start to move up in a more impulsive way. Or alternatively, what we could have here is only part of a correction, in which case we form an A, B, and a C. So we need to be aware of both of these options. So this is looking at the bullish potential where we could be looking to break out. Then we still have this as a bearish potential here, where we could actually still see a Y wave to the downside. Now that Y wave would actually bring us much lower here towards the zone of this 9340. So this obviously doesn't have to come down to 1-to-1. We could actually see some other target areas here where we could see some of these zones come in here, like this 4774 as a 0.618, and then some of these other areas that we have here, 23309 to this 1717432. So this is the bearish potential here. Need to just be aware that at the moment all we have is a three-wave move to the upside. What I'd want to see for further confirmation is to see another fourth and a fifth wave here. That would give us a five-wave move to the upside and would give us a bit more confidence that within this move here, we could have a low in place. So that's what we want to see for that bullish potential. Now I'm going to flip back to that and we're going to discuss this first. What we'd be looking at here is the potential that we have a wave 1, 2 here. Then from this point here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into this high. And now what I'm looking for is the potential of a fourth wave here. So this wave 1 was a zigzag, so we would be expecting a more complex wave, wave 4 here. And what we'd be looking for within this current structure, I think it's most likely that what we have here is a W, and X, and a Y. I've got it labeled as ABC, but it's actually a W, an X, and a Y. If we get a five-wave move off the back of this, we break down in five-wave structure, then potentially we could have a flat correction here. So I'm leaving this as it is for the moment, but it is also possible we could see something like this rather develop as a three-wave move to the downside. The same target area would be this 216094 as a 1-to-1. So we can see here we actually had a reaction off this zone here, this 278311. This is a 0.382 retracement of this move here. Now, we can potentially look to move away from this zone, and we could argue that possibly this fourth wave is already completed. And, within here, we could have actually completed into this low here, where this is a B, and a C to the downside, and that could be completed, or rather, it would be a W, an X, and a Y if that was the case. If we are looking to break to the upside here, we don't really have a lot of structure that's indicating it. This is why I'm still thinking that we do have an additional C wave down here. So obviously we do have some interesting areas here. Now I've drawn this channel off of the wave 2 because that's how we do looking for a wave 4 with an Elliott-wave. It is possible it could be something more like this as well. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it. But typically speaking, we pull it off the wave 2 from the wave 1 and 3 highs down to this wave 2 and then look for that fourth wave. So I'll be looking at it like this, though we need to allow for the fact we could see rather something like this if it develops in a channel like that. Okay, so now both of these ways would be looking for an additional move to the downside, basically. So if we are looking to break down here, what I would be looking for is actually something like this. So we can see it's quite choppy on the way down here. So we need to just be careful that this isn't actually just a corrective move. And what we could actually have here is, this move looking to still push up from the completion of this correction. We'll discuss that within the video as well, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so if we are looking to break down, what I would be on the lookout for would be something like this. Because of how choppy this move is, I'd be looking at this potentially as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then actually looking for another C wave to the downside for a diagonal pattern here. Now, it's possible that we could have completed this already here, where rather we would have to look at this move potentially as this is an A, B, and a C, and we've completed, and now we're starting to move away. So if we are starting to move away, this 362260 should hold. What I am looking out for is the potential of a three-wave move, potentially bring us back up into this zone here, this 3962, and then actually looking for that continuation to the downside one more time in a C wave. Now, if we are looking at a contracting diagonal here, what we would not want to see is this move breakdown lower than this 316634. So 1 to 1 would actually bring us here to the 336444 off of this 0.618, off of this swing here. So this is what I'm looking out for. 3-wave move up and then potential another 5-wave move to the downside. Now, if we do develop this additional leg down here, what we'd have to be cautious of is any kind of 3-wave movement to the upside. So if we develop this and we get a 3-wave move to the upside and we fail to actually get back above this 514752, what this could mean is that we're actually going to get rejection in this zone again, and this swing high would actually potentially be an interesting area right here in this golden pocket if we do move down to this 1 to 1 and then actually looking to break down in a bigger way. So this would actually be looking for a much bigger breakdown towards the zone of this 214826, depending on how high we come here. If we do move higher, this moves that 1618 up. If we don't quite reach that 0.618 area, basically what we could see is this 50% get tested and then we break down. So we'll have to just keep an eye on this, but this is the idea here that as long as we actually fail to break back above this high here, which is sitting at this 578296, we can potentially be looking for continuation to the downside here. Obviously, the way I'm currently looking at this is as a diagonal. There's always the potential within these moves that for as long as we fail to take the previous swing high, this could then become a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have another 1, 2, 3, 5. And then basically what this would mean is that, within this structure, we have extensions like this. So it's going to be key here to start getting back above this zone here of this 406914 if we are looking for continuation, to the upside and looking to reverse from this point. So now, the way that we could actually be looking to push to the upside from here would be basically in two ways I'd be looking at it. So either we could have something like this where we're actually forming a diagonal where what we'd have here is basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now, the key thing here is we cannot cross this 36255 area if this is the case. Sorry, contracting diagonal, not an expanding one. So what we'd be actually be doing is actually pulling this trend line slightly different. What we'd have is something more along these lines if this is going to be the case, where we're looking at this move, something like this, where we get a contracting wedge shape pattern to the upside. So now we cannot cross this 362525. If we cross this zone, this would invalidate this idea of a diagonal. So this is basically the cutoff point for this idea as a diagonal. What we'd be looking for here would then be if we do get another 5-wave move to the upside, well, it would be another 3-wave move to the upside rather, because these moves here don't really have a fourth wave. They're just ABCs. So what I would want to see is another move like this back up into these highs, potentially coming and challenging this top trend line here, and then looking for a bigger breakdown from that point. In which case, if we do continue to hold this lower range here, this 2661125, this would be, the way we could potentially look for an impulse to the upside directly from where we are here. We're looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth wave to the upside. Obviously, we'd have to have a much bigger move up here towards the zone of this 1684289 as a third wave if this is the case. So the key thing here is what we were looking for is 3 waves move up, another 3-wave move to the downside, maintaining this 318903, and then looking for that potential to actually extend to the upside. Now, the other way that this could actually be playing out could be that rather what we have here is something like this, where we're actually extending out. And what we have here is basically a wave 1, 2, another 1, 2, and then we could be looking to push directly up here towards this 94339 range. So there's two things that I want to see happen if this is the case. First off, I want to see this 357551 maintaining this support zone here. Even if we do push down one more time, potentially we could see something like this, where this is basically W, X, and Y, where this would be A, B, and C. In which case, what I want to see is this area hold. Now, if we wick down below this and then get back above it, that's fine. But if we start to break down and then consolidate below this level, it becomes more likely we're going to lose this low. And as soon as we lose this 317211, this basically invalidates the potential of a extension to the upside. So this is looking for a direct move to the upside. What this would mean, so we had a 1-2, 1-2 here, and then we're looking for a bigger five-wave structure, which could actually look to potentially complete towards the zone of this 1-4-2-6, 1-2-5. Now, this obviously would need us to maintain these lows, and basically we'd need to see a move up towards this third wave location, this 943399 area. I am leaning more towards the idea that we have some more downside here, but I'm being aware that, there is that potential that we could actually see a direct push to the upside. Now, if we do get another leg to the downside here and we do get this C wave down, what we could see is support come in lower down here towards this trend line or this channel line here, or this 1-to-1, which would be here at this 216094. If we start to lose this 210814 area, this now becomes less likely that we are actually within a fourth wave, and invalidation would come by crossing this wave 1, which is here at this 176334. So for as long as we remain above this level, we have the potential to still look to push up, but we're going to have to be very careful about this current move to the downside. If we form this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and we start to break down too deep, what we could then see is if we reach this zone here of this 117871, what we could actually have is rather some form of a diagonal here, with this as a 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to the downside. So this is what we need to be careful of here if we are looking for that potential of a bigger breakdown. Obviously, we do have some levels here that we could, find support in. Potentially this previous structure, these lows of this structure could potentially be a zone we could look to turn around, because this is an area we commonly see within Elliott-wave, the retest of previous fourth wave locations before looking to move up. So yeah, I mean, it's still possible. We could still see this move up here towards this 1379501 to this 892034. But really what I'd want to see is us to maintain this higher range here and either see us form that as a diagonal here, in which case we get another three-wave move down, and then we form a 5 and another 5, where this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 directly up here. Or alternatively, we see this move start to break down here one more time in a C wave here. So it is possible, like I said, what we could get is A, B, and C, get another three-wave move and another A, B, C. And instead of this being an A, B, and a C, this would then become a W, an X, and a Y. The target areas would still remain the same. So yeah, I mean, we just have to give it a bit of space and see what starts to happen off of here. But we just need to be a little bit careful because, like I said, at the moment, all we have is a three-wave move to the upside. We really want to develop this fourth and this fifth if we want to continue to look for, that bullish aspect of this. If we start to break down and we actually fail to develop this fourth wave here, really the only other way we could potentially look at it is that what we could have here is an additional 1 and a 2. But what we'd then need to do is basically we'd have to hold this low region here, which would be this 111377 area. So that would be a key zone if we do start to, if we do break down deeper. But as we can see here, it would be past this 1.618. So we'd have to be cautious if we do break down this deep that this isn't becoming a bigger five-wave move, in which case that fifth wave is going to take us below these lows, and that would invalidate that idea that we could still have this as a 1 and a 2 here. So this is going to be interesting to see how exactly we play out here. If we continue to maintain these lows, we can potentially look to have another high here, and then we're going to have to monitor that high. If it gets to that 1618 area, what we could then see is basically extension here, where this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have this as another 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then that could look to push us up into this zone. It is also possible, because we're looking for that possibility of a fifth wave. What we could have here is it is even possible, that this could be one, we get a three-wave move, another three-wave move, and form some kind of a diagonal pattern here to the upside, a bigger diagonal pattern. So we're going to just have to see. At the moment, yeah, I'm looking at it as these two potential diagonals, where we're looking for one more three-wave move here. And then the other way is looking for, that direct push to the upside. If, however, we fail to take these highs and get back above that support zone, sorry, that resistance zone rather, we need to still be very cautious of this 5 wave sequence to the downside. So this 514752, we really need to get back above that if we want to look for bullish continuation. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. Leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description, you'll find a link to Discord. Come check it out. It's free to join. As well as that, you'll find affiliate links for both PrimeXBT and BYBIT down there. Both great exchanges we use on a regular basis. Check them out for yourself. If you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. Everyone have a great day. See you in the next one. Take care.